Out here finishing up a 20-mile long run, 32K long run. I think it's April 26, 2018, here at the Boulder Res. But yeah, it's pretty nice and relaxed. This is the only long run I'll do before the next marathon in 2.5 weeks. I got some faster, speedier stuff, but mainly just tapering down again after a high mileage week. Try to hit 80 or 90 miles this week, which is like, I don't know, what is that, 130? No, 100, I don't know how many kilometers that is, all listed here. But yeah, just going probably a little under 7-minute mile pace average. I did some 1-minute surges, 1 minute easy, and got some sub 6-minute miles in there. It's not flat out here, but it's a great day. Gotta be careful with the residual fatigue, mainly. That's what I was worried about. Legs are pretty beat up and tired from Boston. It wasn't because I ran 18 miles hard. Well, the downhill beats them up a little. I think it was mainly because I got so cold. It really hurt my muscles, and I felt it for a good week there. But able to get in some decent training now, and keep you posted on these updates for the next marathon. Make the announcement. Oh, I should say the other faster workout I'll do this week will be 5 by a mile, 5 by 1600 meters, probably on the track 2 weeks out. And then just some light fartlek or timed interval, light stuff like 10K worth of work, just to keep the leg turnover up and get the cobwebs out of the heart and lungs, and not to lose fitness. It's really the goal, not to gain weight. But I'll also say I did not take in any calories during this run. I just had a couple sips of water, but so I'm not eating any Canaday gels like I would on a really hard long run or during the race. I teach myself to kind of burn fat more efficiently as a fuel at these moderate intensities, as well as tap into kind of depleting your glycogen stores, right? It's hard to go 20 miles, 32K without making a dent in that glycogen storage, even if you eat waffles for breakfast. Hey there, so I'm out here in Cheyenne State Park, just outside of Colorado Springs, enjoying some nice mountain trails. Just training. Usually been training on the road though, in the flats, because I'm still in road marathon training mode. And after Boston, it's really tough to have a whole talk on that post race. But honestly, I really was trying to finish Boston. I have no excuse for not keeping my jacket on or wearing warmer clothes. But again, with the air resistance, the wind resistance, the headwind, hypothermia, totally shut the body down. It's actually really beat up. Even though I only ran 18 miles at slower than my goal pace, realistically I would have had to been in probably a 2:11 pace to run under sub 2:19, right? Only 4 or 5 of the top guys ran at Olympic trials qualifying time with that kind of weather. So it was really impossible at the time with the weather conditions. I still wanted to finish as well as possible. I saw that as a great opportunity, and it's always tough to DNF a race, but got that behind me now. Legs were beat up for a good week, almost a week and a half now. Actually, it's been about a week and a half now. Finally getting my legs under me. I had to take a couple days totally off, come back real slowly. It felt like I almost ran the whole marathon. My quads were totally destroyed, and I think it was probably because of the cold. I don't know, maybe lack of blood flow to the muscles because it was going to the core to keep the body warm. But tough to come back from that. And I was scrambling right after. You know, I was thinking, what's my next race gonna be? Can I jump in another road marathon? Utilize this fitness that I've gained from, I'm trying to see which way to go here. Utilize this fitness that I've gained from focusing on road stuff actually for 6 months straight now. After Houston, going into Boston, feel like it'd be a disservice not to try again, because I think I can. And it's a little risky. It's starting to cut into my summer mountain running season plans for sure. And I will go back to mountain running this summer, but this goal is personally important to me. Again, it's a special race, Olympic trials. It only happens once every 4 years. Something that I've done a couple times in 2007 as well as 2012. Missing by 12 seconds in 2016 was bittersweet and made me more determined, because when you have a goal and you've been that close to chasing a goal for so long, that's really motivating for training and just your self-improvement and goal-setting process to keep chasing after that goal and not give up. It's not that I want to be a pro road marathon runner. I'm not. I love the mountains. I do mountain ultras, and I want to do better at 100-mile ultras in the future. But I think this Olympic trials window, mixing it up with the flat road speed, is a good break. And I want to be in the sport long term. I love any service, any distance. Olympic trials marathon, you toe up against the best guys in the country. No excuses. You get a national ranking. You see the top 3 guys that make the Olympics. I know I'm not going to run 210, sub 210 or sub 212 and make the US Olympic team, but I could still try to be top 30, top 40 at the trials and place well, or run another 216 or 217. So I'm trying to hit that qualifier and hopefully run a 218 in about 2 weeks time. And the announcement, of course, that I'm making, so I'm going to run the Copenhagen Marathon. Yes, I'm going international. I know it sounds kind of crazy. So we do have a lot of races in the US every weekend. However, listen to my rationalize this. I use a lot of airline points, first of all, and I'll have a whole video on using credit card point systems to leverage your dollar for international travel. As I'll say, international travel is very bad for the environment. I'm not calling myself an environmentalist. I know it's horrible. I feel guilty about that. But I was thinking about doing Eugene this weekend. It's too soon. It's too soon. I didn't get my legs back under me. The other thing with the US marathons I've been looking at, it's hard to find really races where you'll have a pack of guys running around 220 or 218, 217. I considered Pittsburgh. Thought it was a little too hilly maybe, because you're looking for a flat course. Then you're also looking for a USATF certified or IAAF certified course, right? It can't be a big downhill course. It's got to be accurately measured. And actually, I looked at the guys that qualified in 2016 running sub 219 marathons, and there were basically no guys that qualified in late April to early May in the US at a domestic marathon. Because it would be, if a race is 1 and 2:30, it'd be great to be maybe in the lead of a great marathon, a great smaller city marathon. But to do it as a solo effort without some of the support you get from these big international races, mainly drink support bottles, and I'll get into that, elite fluid support tables, and getting the privilege and huge advantage of having your gels, Canaday gels, Spring Energy, use code SAGE, to be able to grab those bottles and to have guys in front of you to get the competitive juices flowing, pull you along, break the wind for you, even things like that. So Copenhagen has all that. The other factor, of course, was weather. Trying to find a race, you can never get good weather guaranteed. Trying to find a climate that's going to be not too hot in early May and not have a headwind the whole way. So courses that have a lot of out and backs or point-to-point courses like Boston are very risky, because you could be running into headwind the whole way. That really hurts your time if you're time trialing, especially if you're by yourself and you have to break the wind by yourself. So looking at that, not too hot, not too cold. Even London was a little too warm this year, ideally, for running a really fast time. I'd rather have 70 degrees though than what we had at Boston, to be honest. But it's a factor. So Copenhagen has all these things. It's a looped course. The past 4 years of results, most of the years there's been 3 or 4 guys under 219, 220. Other factor, and this should not be a factor, but it is as a professional runner using my legs to make money, is that there is decent prize money purse. Several $1,000s on the line. Even for getting 3rd place, I could pay for the trip back by winning prize money. So that kind of support, very fortunate to have, and I don't take it for granted at all. And there are struggles with international races because of the time change, long travel, things like that, but the timing of Copenhagen just worked really well. I think the competition is going to be really good. Not crazy like Prague, where there's guys running under 210, but guys maybe running 215, 216, 217, a bunch of guys right at 220, things like that, gets the competitive juices flowing. And I don't know, maybe I could time trial. I'd love to do a smaller city domestic marathon. I think those are great events. Maybe one day for sure. I really wanted to do Eugene, but it was just too soon. And yeah, my allergies are also really bad. Eugene, Oregon in the spring, like really bad. So gotta consider those factors. Elite fluid bottles, again, it's a huge advantage you have. It's a rare thing to have. I've gotten those though at races like Houston and Boston and Chicago, things like that. So you can just grab your bottle every 5K or 10K, fill it with Electro-Ride from My Spring Energy, and have that. Look at this guy. Hey buddy, easy there. It's a deer. But yeah, that's the idea. I could take my Canaday gels to those bottles, carry maybe one in my pocket. Use discount code SAGE at myspringenergy.com for a discount on that gel flavor I developed. Canaday, it's a nice strawberry blast, better carbs, more natural sources, vegan. That's what I'm gonna use, and training's coming around, so trying to get up to 90 miles this week, or what is that, like 150 kilometers, 145 kilometers I think, which is decent volume, but then I got to taper down again because we're 2 weeks out. So working on the speed, leg turnover, mainly trying to maintain fitness and recover from that effort at Boston. And it is risky, it's no guarantees, but I'm pretty confident, feel good. Just gotta hope the weather's not good and there's not a big wind rainstorm again. But you never know. But that's the idea, that's the status. Right after that, I'm launching into mountain season no matter what. But I do like chasing this goal. It's been fun to do these video series over the years, and yeah, it's just a cool thing to be able to have these opportunities I don't take for granted. A lot of it's really thanks to your viewership, your support, subscriptions on here, you guys getting products from my sponsors. Of course, title sponsor Hoka11, of course, big supporter. So thank you, the trail running communities and the marathon road running community, and those of you that do any surface, any distance. It's been very, very generous, very welcoming, very kind, and very inspiring and motivating. It's always great to meet a lot of you guys in person at races. Met some of you out here at Colorado Springs Shine Mountain Park, so really, really cool to see. Hope your running is going well. That is my update. Stay tuned for a video on airline travel points and utilizing that, at least my strategy. So thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Check out our training plans at sagerunning.com. See you next time.